What's going on, you guys? It's Steve. Welcome to Star Fox Zero. Now, first and foremost, I apologize. I'm testing out the, cam and cam situation. So if my audio's off, the visuals are off, I apologize guys now about it. I was trying to get it working. Second of all, I don't know how long this video is going to be up because I know how Nintendo is with YouTube, and even though I'm a very small channel, I wouldn't put it past them if they're going to come up and strike me with it. So if you're watching this, thank you. If it's not in there, if it's not on my channel later, it's because Nintendo hit me up, and this is pretty much my one shot with Nintendo. If I get striked or hit or whatever, immediately the video's going down, and that'll be it. Now, Star Fox Zero, it's a game I've been honestly the only person I know excited for. Out of my friends, they didn't really like the old Star Fox games, or they're completely done with Nintendo until the NX comes out. Me, on the other hand, I've been excited for Star Fox. This game I played, obviously the original 64 one's the one I played. Then I went back and played this, Nintendo ones. So, I'm excited to, experience this new one. I've played it a little bit. We're going to jump into the main game. My main issues with the game so far has been the motion control with the pad. It's a headache. In certain times it feels nice, and then other times it's just it gets me so annoyed, and constantly have to look up at. I was debating to record this because to play the game you have to constantly look up from the TV to the gamepad and back and forth, and it's kind of a headache. So I'm gonna do my best to record it. I apologize right now for however this video comes out, if this video comes out, because I can't record both. I didn't want to do a camera over my shoulder. It was gonna get complicated. So we're gonna go right from the beginning, first level. Just because I don't want to get too far into the levels I haven't done. Again, I'm mixed on this game. I kind of like the solid gameplay about it, but it also just feels so dated, and the whole gimmick with the pad. You can tell it's during this game was being developed during that time Nintendo was trying to sell everybody on the pad. Like, that's all they were trying to get people on, and I get it. They wanted to save the pad for what they could. But it didn't do it. This feels gimmicky. It feels bad. It honestly feels that once you get that motion stuff, it just doesn't feel right. If you gave me solid regular controls, I'd still be hooked on this game. But doing all this got me to a point I was annoyed, and I had to stop playing. So again, I'm going to do my best to try to not stay. I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to show you how the game kind of works. I'm sure people have seen it already. The best way to do this is with... Sorry, I have to turn on the sound on the pad so I can hear the voices. So I pause if you hear double noise. I'm sure you can turn off. But again, the best way, you have to constantly... Because if you see right there on the top screen, the screen you guys can see, when the marker's over these, enemies, you don't hit them. You have to look at the bottom screen, which is a first-person screen. I know you can switch it somehow. But you have to look at that bottom screen constantly. It's like the best way to play, the way I play it. To navigate, I use the TV screen, and then I use the gamepad to aim and shoot. Which is annoying to have to constantly go back, keep glancing up. Like you guys will see me constantly having to look up and down at it. So again, that's my main issue with this game. Is this motion stuff, and because the camera view is not that bad to move up and looking back and forth. But when you get to the motion stuff, and especially in space when it's not the on rails, it's kind of annoying. But as you see, again, aiming itself isn't the worst, but it's when you have to move the ship and the camera doesn't look where you want to move, and it's a weird experience that you can't really tell from looking at it. It's not until you play the game itself that you just feel how awkward it is at sometimes. The other big complaint I've seen, and this is since the trailers I've seen this complaint, is how the graphics look in this game. Now, like I've said before, I'm not a big graphics whore, especially when it comes to Nintendo games. Nintendo usually does a pretty cool art style and stuff like this. This game does look dated. It looks nice, like when you're seeing it on TV, yeah, it looks fine. But some of the models look just pixelated and stuff like that, which it's kind of a letdown. But again, at the end of the Wii U cycle, we know Nintendo wasn't trying to They could have easily kept this game and polished it more, but this game needed to come out. It was already delayed. It looks better than that original reveal, if you guys remember that. It was some horrible nonsense that was. Alright, so let's see if we can... But those are my main two complaints, really, is how the motion stuff and how the game really looks. The only thing I'm also disappointed is Nintendo keeps saying this is not a remake, a reboot. It is. This is legitimately the same Star Fox game. Starts off when you hear the story about Fox's father being tricked and all that stuff. You know, no big spoilers or whatever, but that's how it's the same game. It's the same game as the 64 one. Where it differs, I don't know. I don't know why Nintendo didn't just advertise this as a reboot or as a remake. But I've always said it, all Star Fox games are the same. Now these open world parts like this, I call them open world, but they're open arenas. This is where they get tricky. You gotta constantly target, because the target isn't an auto target, because of course they try to promote motion. But honestly, this is the part where I get annoyed and it's almost sick to my stomach for it. Because when you target like this, it doesn't do that view on the gamepad. Like, I wish I could show you guys. So we gotta do this little barrel. So it's almost better at times like this to just use the gamepad straight. Again, I wish they would have chosen which view they wanted me to use. But again, they try to implement the, you know, really sell the pad on this. But if you're a true fan, not true fan, but if you're a fan of Star Fox, I feel like you'll enjoy it. I've heard there's a lot of little unlockables, multiple paths and stuff like that. Honestly, the only thing people have been complaining about, out of different reviews I've seen, is graphics, the motion controls, and some people about it being a remake. But again, I feel like every Star Fox is almost a remake of each other. So let's see if I can... I don't remember how this is the first mission. Pretty simple, but this is the gist of the game, which is why I wanted to choose this level. You get different vehicles and stuff later, but it doesn't really, like, it's fun. I enjoy this game. I'm liking it. Will it be some game once, you know, Uncharted or something like that comes out, I'll come back to play? Not really. I'm pretty much gonna play this once through, and that's it. So let's see what we're going on here. I want you to slow down and try to shoot the top of these guys, but again, the controlling kind of messes me up for that. Again, I gotta look up here to move, because down here on the gamepad you get a first-person view. You don't see the same thing, and that's where things get messed up when you're trying to aim. You try to slow down. It's weird. These areas like this, when you're completely open, these are the worst ones I feel for it. For the motion, and the game has to be played with motion. You can restrict it a little bit, but you can't just put the Wii, you know, U plus control in. So I've got to look up here to move, and then let's see if I can get this guy again. All right, that one's gone. Again, I feel like once you train a little bit with these controls, I'm sure it's not an issue, but Nintendo's always been, you know, that not trying to say all the games have to be so easy and family friendly, but this is a hard game just to pick up and play. Like, I just don't know how this got past the point where they didn't think, where they thought they necessarily need these motion controls. It sucks. It really sucks. Luckily, the rest of the game is, you know, in my opinion, good. I know the reviews been very mixed on it. So let's try to... Jeez. I'm sure there's already expert players at this game, and they put me to shame. Okay, maybe I'm not using enough motion. Because I don't want to play this way where I have to... So you can see some of the nonsense I have to deal with on this pad. Like, I know Nintendo likes to try to be innovative and stuff, but this is kind of just... Even my... Look, this is my third time playing the first level, and it's just still as annoying as ever. You have to constantly hit Y to reset it. It's just not... It's not a game-breaking point, but it gets tiresome. Can you guys hear the vibration? Ridiculous. So again, here goes this, where I have to constantly... This part, if I remember this part right, pretty much I stayed on just playing on the pad the whole time. Again, it's annoying because you can't see where the ship's going. And then even on the top screen, I keep calling the TV the top screen, but even the top screen, you guys see it's just not necessarily where we need it. So blow that up, blow that up. Sorry. Friendly fire. They get in the way. This is a true Star Fox game, hold and behold, though. You know, they're talking constantly with each other, all that good stuff. The jokes, and again, would I have gone with the remake? I would have preferred a brand new Star Fox game. Not the same story we've played over and over. But again, I don't work at Nintendo, of course. Why would they want you to attack from the bottom if they're just gonna slam you otherwise? Let's see if I can turn around here right. Alright, so let's take that out. But then you gotta jet out away from under it. I believe that's it if I'm not wrong. Oh, that's also one of the more annoying too. Certain levels, only the voicing of the characters came out of the pad, and which is dumb. If I remember right, I don't know if they'll speak there. Anyway, I didn't remember. I can't recall it, but off the top, but I'm pretty sure only.
Ford.
Yeah, you see, only. Why would they do that?
I'm fine. You okay over there?
Like, you shut the pad off, then you don't hear any voices, so it was weird. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a throwback with them talking, you know, like that. It's weird. I mean, it's a Star Fox thing by now, but it is 2016. I would have liked the games kind of mature in certain aspects and catch up. I know that they're trying to do their art style, but it looks old. It looks corny. It looks like Nintendo was just trying to be cheap, and I hate to have to tell them that. Not that I'm a Nintendo purist or anything like that. I love their games, but I can tell them when they're messing up, and we all know what the Wii U was. And then again, the rest of the game is kind of the same. You go into the rovers that walk around, and then you run into the same issue with the motion stuff. Then you get a little hoverboard, a little hover bot, which you drop this little robot, and you make them walk through little puzzles. And those modes just aren't fun. Star Fox to me is the ship and stuff like that. Having the transforming R-Wing is okay, but it's kind of annoying. I don't want to do it through a level completely, but I'll show you real quick in the training mode how the walker moves. The gyro wing I don't want to show because literally it's just a little hover guy.
Commencing training exercise.
Yeah, commencing training exercise. As again, you see. Alright. This is how the walker is. It's pretty much, again, you can transform it in certain aspects, but pretty much just in training. And that's it. I mean, it's fine. It's just tanky. That's what it is. So you run around like this, you shoot. Basic principle. It's a little bit more controlling because obviously it's not flying constantly. So that's fine. But at the same time, it's just weird. And this just really shows where Nintendo's almost just hasn't noticed that they aged, that their formula aged and they needed some change. They're quick to change other things, but Star Fox is the one that needed certain tweaking. Other tweaking they didn't really need to do. So that's it, Star Fox Zero. I doubt I'll do more gameplay about it. I'll play this personally on my own. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged or hit or struck, you know, with a strike. If it does, gonna take it down immediately, and that's it with Nintendo. But I do really like this game. Why I would suggest it to anyone who's a fan of Star Fox. If you've got the Wii U sitting around, I mean, you get 2 games for 1. Like, you know, you get Star Fox and then you get the Star Fox Guard. I haven't played Guard yet. I don't know. I can't say I recommend this game to everybody who owns a Wii U. But if you've never played a Star Fox game, I definitely don't start with this one. It's gonna be rough. You don't understand the formula, and if you're not a fan of motion controls, avoid it in general. I like it. I'll play it through. I'll be happy to put it in my collection. But what do you guys think? Or did you guys completely just ignore Star Fox? Did you never play it? Never heard of it? It's always been one of the low-key, you know, almost next to Metroid, just Nintendo games that keep shut. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching and all the support. Until next time, guys. Thank you and take care.